How's it going, everyone? Darby here with the AI. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a clone version of yourself to generate leads, interact with customers, or streamline your operations within your business using AI and a tool and a platform called Coachvox, which I'll demonstrate at the end of this video how I'm doing it. I want to give you a quick demo first, how simple it is once you get an AI clone of you trained on your content and your thinking and your frameworks and how you would approach helping anyone who's interacting with you, whether it's a customer considering your business or it's team members within your business, how you can use a clone, an app like this called Coachvox to create a clone of you to increase your impact and at the scale of which you can teach and share your ideas and help people get better results. And so one example and how I'm using this clone right now is like, hi, how are you? Is just kicking off the conversation with the AI version of me for someone that's considering ways that they can get better at creating content with AI. So now we hear, hey there, I am an AI, so don't have feelings, but I'm here ready to assist you. What can I help you with today? I want to write a book about training mini Aussies. Okay, cool. So like start to interact with my AI and tell me what you want to create content about. And so this example being someone wanting to write a book about training mini Aussies, the conversation is then going to go back to my AI's court and all the content that I've trained my AI on to how it would respond in this sort of situation. And so that sounds fantastic idea. Mini Aussies are such an intelligent and trainable dogs. Your book could really make a difference for new owners. Have you thought about what specific training methods you want to focus on? Or perhaps are there some unique challenges in training mini Aussies that you'd like to address? Let's dive in deeper to the vision of your book. And so here's where the ball would get back in whoever is interacting with the AI to give it some more information. And what we've taught from the beginning of even back when Jasper was getting started was the key and importance in the context and what you're providing from your perspective as the human to make this a collaborative process with any AI. And so questions, have you thought about specific training methods or unique challenges to training Aussies that you'd like to address? And say like, I have been training for 10 years to breed and train show dogs, specializing in mini Aussies. I know all the tricks, all the problems people have and want to help people learn how to train their mini Aussies to become show dogs. From the breeder to the stage. And I'm just making this up. I don't have a mini Aussie right now. I love Aussies, grew up with a few. And so I'm just thinking like, if I am writing a book on this, let's say you start to draw from some of your experience and fictional experience here being 10 years breeding and training these dogs, mini Aussies. I want to write a book about it, right? So what are you a thought leader in? What do you have expertise in? Do you already have a book that you could use AI to help with bouncing ideas off said book and helping people get through the context of whatever you're teaching and helping people come up with. So that's impressive. Your decade-long experience in breeding and training mini Aussies for shows, a treasure trove of knowledge that many aspiring dog owners and breeders would find invaluable. Could be guiding light to navigating their breed to the stage. So let's start with identifying the key problems that people encounter in the journey. Structure your book around these problems, providing practical solutions and tips. What do you think the most common issues face for people when training mini Aussies for show? Let's just say bad behavior, too many treats, jumping up and down, too much energy, right? So I'm just going to give it like a little bit of information here. And let kind of, again, go in the ball back and forth. Like I got the ball, I'm tossing it over. AI is going to give me that response back that's helping me create a more refined outline in this case, because that's what you need if you're going to write any book or any blog. You need an outline of what you're going to be discussing. So again, this being an example of this AI trained on loads of our content. And when I say trained, it's more like fed this information that it's already working within GPT-4 and all of the models that they've trained up, and then taking the content that we are giving it for context and our own knowledge and expertise, and we've tuned it in such a way that it will respond back with certain approaches. Let's tackle these one by one. And like, how would I go about approaching and having the conversation go down to help somebody get a really solid outline around their big idea, to turn that outline of an idea into something that's more impactful through their book. And so let's tackle these one by one for bad behavior. And so you can see how the conversation can keep going back and forth from here. And so that is, in a nutshell, a quick demo of how you can chat with my AI and helping you with creating content around any level of subject matter expertise, at least to get started. And then you could use what parts of the conversation we come up with here to go into a tool like ChatGPT or Claude and start to create more and more of that content. Now, that being said, like from the beginning, I mentioned Coachvox being the platform I was using for this. And so now I'm going to jump over to another screen, which is Coachvox. And we're going to start diving in about how simple it was really to get this content up, but walking through what is making this AI version of me write these responses and make these types of decisions based on what we trained it. So let's move on over. All right, so here we are with Coachvox.ai. It is a platform that allows you to create an AI version of yourself, generate leads, and engage with your audience. So if that sounds interesting to you, then you've already seen my demo of how you can interact with mine. If you want to scroll down on Coachvox's homepage, you can also interact with Jody AI, their founder. Just enter your name, enter your email, agree to the T's and C's, and you can start to interact similarly to how you saw me interacting with my bot, but trained on Jody's knowledge and expertise. And we've got an interview with her on our channel here at Gen AI University that you can check out for a more in-depth discussion and conversation around AI, how Coachvox is creating and building this product to support experts, founders, thought leaders in cloning themselves and all the different use cases. So website visitors into leads, you can provide 24/7 support to clients, questions within your community, build familiarity with your audience, a lot of different ways that you can go about it and how to demonstrate it. So here's how, if you go over to this, Jody's got a lot of great examples and demonstrations. And right now it's not $99 per month. And I believe that is on different, different versions and models that you're training. So if you have customer facing Q&A, customer support interaction, could be just one particular Coachvox bot. And then on the other side, if you had one that was more geared specifically around a book that was like a complementary bot for that book to help readers interact with the contents of the book specifically, that could be a separate AI clone of you. So just keeping that in mind, how you create yourself. They have a 6-step process, and I'm going to just go ahead and jump into our back end and show you how we've built ours in the first place, and really how simple it is for you to do it as well yourself. And you'll have a link somewhere around this video that you can join through our affiliation. If you do that, love to help support you in building your own as well and getting you up to speed and having some more success as you're building it. But let's go ahead and dive into how we've built ours and how simple it is on the back end of Coachvox to set these up and get a clone of yourself out and working for you 24/7. All right, so here we are in the app of Coachvox, and it is, and just step by step how we're going to be going through the process and how you can go through the process of doing this yourself. It took me a couple hours to upload and get all of my information sorted, and then a few more hours after that to finalize everything. But you can see here, you can upload different avatar images of you. This is one I made inside of ChatGPT with DALL-E 3. You can give it a name, you can give it some colors that will design how it's going to look on your site. And then here in the upper left-hand side of your screen, you can go to your dashboard, and this will be where it talks about how client ready your Coachvox is. We do custom Coachvox builds for authors and different partners that we work with, as well as I imagine a lot of agencies or professionals already using and knowing how to use Coachvox, maybe doing also as a service, because while it does take time to get these set up, there's certainly how fast do you want it to go? Do you want this done in a week, or do you want to take, how much time do you want your team to spend coming and organizing this versus how much do you want to just do yourself? So depending on how much time you have to dedicate to doing this, it could take anywhere for a few hours to fine tuning for a few hours over the first few weeks, and making sure it looks really good. But Coachvox does give you some general stats, and you'll notice this platform is going to evolve and open up more things for you to do in terms of analyzing users and the metrics behind what's going on with your app. So that's the dashboard, and then really this is where the magic happens with any of the clones that you're going to be making. So you give it a little bit of information, right? Who are you? You put information about yourself, your approach to helping people. We deliver generative AI education, and your tone of voice. So energetic, persuasive, enthusiastic, bold statements, metaphors, power words, parallel structures, and vivid imagery. And so a lot of this tone of voice is going to go into how your your clone is going to be responding as people are interacting. And so these are all things that you would fine tune, so to speak, on the back end to just get it to that point where it's just right. And I think, sometimes fine tuning your own AI clone can sound a little bit maybe intimidating if this is your first time working with one of these tools. But quite frankly, it's a matter of moving a few slides up and down and giving it some personality and tone of voice. So not very difficult to do. Just takes time to put each one of these places in order and kind of massage it and work with it and test with it. But there's no like fancy code or anything that I'm needing to upload other than my own content and language. You short responses, formal, accepting. You adjust these based on how your clone is responding. You can add similar greetings, sign-offs, starters, negative, neutral, questions, setup statements. And so these are all things that we're still improving and building on as our clone is interacting with more people and the feedback that we get. And so, of course, there's going to be feedback loops you're going to want to create as you're building one of these out, getting a response back from your audience, your community, from customers who are interacting with it, if it is being helpful and taking them to the next step on where they need to go. So we got framing, we've got how much of your content that you want it to be referencing specifically. So only my content versus collective knowledge. And so again, it's how much do you want it to be using what it knows from the internet and what something like GPT-4 has been trained on, or only your content. So you do have the ability to choose there. And then we move into the knowledge base. And this is really where your expertise can live within this platform to inform and train and just give better context to your knowledge and your views. All you need to do is upload some files here. And once they get uploaded, based on transcripts, based on training material, Q&As, like all the different frequently asked questions or specific frameworks or processes that you would want someone that's reading your book to have handy, or a member of your team. All of those things are going to go into place and a factor here. And there are certain ways that Coachvox will suggest you format the content that you're uploading to improve it. But like their AI is like how they're doing this to turn it into conversation does a lot of that for you. And that comes down to the prompts and completions. And so this is, again, as you learn more, as you update and add context to your training, your resources, and however you're teaching or communicating with your customers or audience, that will turn into different types of prompts and completions. And so, and as you can see, we've got a lot of these here from a lot of the content that we've uploaded, and you can label it and get more precise with your labeling as your library of knowledge grows. And so again, depending on if this is going to be a complementary, clone of you to help people with going through a book and helping them get results from that book, then, depending on a new edition of your book coming out, or if there's anything that you're getting on the FAQ side that isn't being answered, but you see is coming up, you would go and update your prompts, your completions, your expertise, and your knowledge base. And then at this point, you're just ready to start fine tuning and interacting with it. And so you could say hi and start to, just like you saw at the beginning of this video, interacting with my AI, and you give it, okay, so 5 stars, that's great. If it's not, if it's like a 3-star, you can update how that response would be. And, then again, it's like, oh, I would never say something like that. I would say something like this. And so you could just simply edit, anything on that front, or give it a good 5-star. So in a nutshell, that is Coachvox, and that is how you can clone yourself and generate leads and connect with your customers or train your teammates and do all the things that it'd be really great to have if you had a clone of yourself, even for just how you would be creating content and coming up with content ideas based on your own knowledge database. So many use cases with this and so many different industries to very quickly and easily upload your content information, spend some time fine tuning how your Coachvox clone is interacting, and then getting that out to get that feedback and deliver value for your customers, your clients, and your audience. So you can go to genaiuniversity.com/Coachvox, subscribe under our affiliation. And if you do so, reach out and let us know so that we can help support and give you any additional assistance with getting your first bot or clone of yourself set up. And I don't really view these as a bot as much as I would say these are really something that the more specific you would get it to be a AI version of you, it's going to interact and do its thing. And then there's going to be a natural, okay, next step, you're going to want to talk with one of our humans on top of it. And so wherever that version of you can fit within your customer's journey, within your business and operations. And if there's someplace immediately that comes to mind, that might be the first place that you could see this being utilized and helping with streamlining and scaling your business using AI, and maybe a different way than just going out and creating content. And so I hope that you can see a few different use cases for a tool like Coachvox. And feel free to explore other variations of tools out there for cloning yourself with AI. We're also going to be exploring in some other videos different platforms for voice cloning and video cloning, which has some really cool use cases on top of what we just demonstrated here. And of course, if you are looking for assistance in actually building one of these clones of yourself out in Coachvox, reach out to us at hey@genaiuniversity.com and just give us a little bit more info about what you're looking to do in terms of cloning yourself, and we'll see where we may be able to help accelerate that process for you. And last but not least, go ahead and subscribe to us if you aren't already here on YouTube, and give this video a like. So we know that you are enjoying this content, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see next when it comes to AI and growing your business, and maybe even cloning yourself one step further. So until next time, keep calm and AI on. We'll see you on the other side.